Now we have little babies, right? When a baby's choking, does it go? Does it hold its throat? Help me! Right? Does it do that? No. You say, "Are you choking?" "Yes." "Do you want me to help?" "Uh-huh." Right? It's not going to understand you, so are you going to encourage coughing? "Just keep coughing." "Okay." Right? They're not going to do that. So what do we do for a baby who's hacking? Which is pretty much every time you feed the damn things. All they do is hack and cough like crazy. What are you going to do for them? Cough, cough, cough. You can scoop the baby up, and we can angle the baby down, support the head, and let the baby hack and cough. Now does the baby go, "What the heck are you feeding me anyway?" Right? They feel something in the back of their mouth, they're like, "Oh, more food." They start chewing again. Right? Babies they won't actually spit something out. So you're going to have to, that's why we call it the baby finger. If you see the obstruction, you're going to pop it right out of there. Just reach in and scoop it out. Only if you see it. Okay? So you don't blind finger sweep anybody unless you see the obstruction. Baby's hacking and coughing like crazy. Gravity helps. The obstruction can fall out of the baby's airway, and the baby's hacking and coughing. Now, if the baby goes, you hear this high-pitched squeaking and wheezing. Now what are you going to do? Baby's turning blue, right? The lips are turning blue. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? What? Beat on him. Beat on him? What? So baby's turning blue. What we have to do is we have to support the baby's head. All right? You'll sit on the edge of your chair or stand. You're going to scoop the baby up. From this point on, I don't want to see this baby come past parallel with the ground. Head is always pointing down. So, the baby's like this. You're going to grab the baby, rotate it over, so you've got a sandwiching position. Support the jaw like this. Do not hook your fingers into the eye sockets when you do this or up the nose. Don't smother the baby's face. You support the jaw like so. Okay? The baby's head is in the downward position. You've got a hold of that jaw. The head is in the neutral position for the trachea, remember? We want to go between the shoulder blades. None of this glancing crap you see people doing. We're thinning the obstruction through the top of the head. That's where we're thinning it. No, you're not. You're just hitting them on the back. You're compressing the lungs, and you're popping the obstruction out of their mouth. So straight down. Not glancing crap, because the likelihood of you hitting them in the back of the head is greater. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 back blows. On my leg. I'm not doing this in the air. That's why I have them on my leg, because it's a firm surface. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 back blows. Sandwich the head down the spine. Rotate them over. Head is always down. Draw across to the center part of the chest. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bring the baby up. The head is always down. Look inside the mouth. Do I see that obstruction? The baby is still conscious. I don't see anything. I'm not going to ventilate. I'm going to grab the head. Over it goes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Over it goes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Have a look. Look inside the mouth. Do I see the obstruction? I don't. The baby's still conscious. Over it goes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 back blows, 5 chest thrusts. Look inside. Do I see the obstruction? Now the baby goes limp. What does it tell me now? Not getting in here. The baby's gone blue. Now it's passed out. What's the first thing you do? Call 911. We have an unconscious choking baby at this location. Obviously, conventional methods to get this thing out haven't worked. We need the EMS there. How big is a baby's airway? That little pinky right there. Well, compare my pinky to baby's pinky. I got about an 8 millimeter airway. Baby's got about a 4 millimeter airway. 1 millimeter's worth of swelling circumferentially on a baby is going to cause 75% occlusion of that baby's airway. That's like you and me trying to breathe through a McDonald's straw. Right? Is that a significant airway problem? Do babies fight off infection very well? Well, their immune system's just starting out, right? So they don't fight off infection very well. So a baby's windpipe can swell up, and we got some significant swelling. Just a 1 millimeter, the thickness of a dime, can cause serious airway compromise in a baby. Their immune systems don't fight off infection very well, so they're going to swell up on us, right? So always, always, always get your baby checked out. Whether that obstruction's been popped out or not, you always get them checked out, because just the fact that they can do some post-traumatic swelling can be quite significant. And you'll be beating on this kid's back a few days later thinking they're choking on something again. Meanwhile, it's their windpipe starting to swell up due to that piece of Lego that you had irritated in the lining there. What's one of the worst things to choke on for kids?
Hot dogs.
Hot dogs, sure. It always makes me laugh when I see parents cutting hot dogs into bite-sized pieces. Like you take a hot dog and you chop it up into 7 little pieces. Well, you give the kid a 7 to 1 chance to choke to death, and then if you just jam the whole damn hot dog in their mouth. Because now anything that's bigger than their pinky is a potential airway obstruction. So just remember that when you cut them up into bite-sized pieces, look at the pinky. If it's bigger than the pinky, it can still lodge in their airway. So have a look at the bite-sized pieces. You might as well just puree your food for babies, right?
Blend it, everything, blend it.
Blend it, yeah, right? We do as we get older anyway. Gerald's already blending his food. So.
Oh, is he?
He's got a straw. So,
What are you laughing at? You don't get it.
so lettuce is really bad and very tenuous because it sticks. But the worst things are balloons. And kids get hold of balloons. What's that?
Peanut butter is horrible.
Peanut butter is super
Because
sticky,
you
right?
can't pop it out.
Right. And balloons, they're like a little flapper valve, right? It just sticks against the wall and you create these little flapper valves. So it makes things really difficult. So balloons, you got to be really careful around kids because they pop everything in their mouth. They pop and then they got little bits and pieces that can get stuck. So balloons are really notorious for causing some significant airway problems. Kids, when they eat cookies, you know, think about this. Kids eating cookies, running around, they're sucking these cookie crumbs down into the lungs because they're running and eating while they're playing and stuff, and the kid's laughing and they suck these cookie crumbs down into the lungs, which is a nice moist, warm environment for bacteria to get all nice and happy and grow and get all mangy and stuff in there, right? So you wonder why your kid's got this big pneumonia and stuff because they've sucked in some cookie crumbs or something into their lungs that they haven't coughed out, and those start to rot and decompose, and eventually they work their way out and the kid's got some infection in their lungs. So never let kids run around, eat food while they're playing. So shut up, eat your food. When you're done, then go play. Got it? Good. You're out of here. Don't let them run around with cookies. You see it all the time, right?
What do you think about when they stuff up their nose?
They stuff up their nose. And you know what makes me laugh is another one of these common ones. Like kids, you just go and blow it out, right? Plug up one nostril and blow it right out of there. It's a great way to do it. Well, they stick their seeds in their ears all the time, right? All the time. I catch Gerald doing it still, right? But you take these, they put seeds and stuff in their ears, they can just flush that stuff out. But here's a common thing that you buggers are still doing. I guarantee you're still doing this. We do this, right? We play Russian roulette with ourselves. We go to the bar, you sit around, you get the beer nuts, and you're eating the beer nuts, and you go, hey, Gerald, open up. Gerald's like, ah, right? And he's catching this thing. Well, if we could look from the ceiling down on Gerald, he'd be going head tilt, chin lift, and I'd see straight down to his trachea, and he's going, hoping to catch that peanut, which is the perfect size to block in his airway, on his tongue. Then it's cherries, right? And how fast can we bury him at Gerald's head, right? Or you launch it up really high and Gerald goes, and really tries to catch that on the back of his tongue. Then we make it even more fun. We say, hey, let's give Gerald some booze. Let's get him really good and drunk. And then he's like, there's his gag reflex is a lot less. We throw a beer nut up there and it's like, Gerald's choking. Gerald always sucks. He always crashes first. He's the first one to choke when we go out for beers at night. He can't handle his beer nuts, right? And that's because you suppress your gag reflex by giving them all this alcohol, and then you play this stupid Russian roulette game, and kids do it. They see you go boink, catching peanuts on your tongue. It's literally playing Russian roulette with yourself. If one of those peanuts just gets sucked down, it's a perfect, nice, smooth shape, poof, and it lodges right there. You get a laryngo spasm, locks onto that thing, and congratulations, you're not choking. What were you expecting by playing the game, right? So, when a baby's choking, again, back, chest, look, back, chest, look. When they go unconscious, 911. We have an unconscious choking baby, right? Good, we'll stop it right there. You guys are gonna get your babies, and let's do a conscious choking baby who is high-pitched squeaking and wheezing, lips turning blue. Let's do that part.